supply, home decor tools, whatever it might be, go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. They can beat the big box store. And Sensagreen, heating, cooling, and insulation for air that's cool and clean. Call Sensagreen, 334-487-3555. Great sponsors here. We love and appreciate them. They are all quality businesses, and certainly we would appreciate for you to go out and to find them. Got a matchup with Florida here, a rematch from earlier in the year. A lot of people look at this Florida team, think that they're playing the best, maybe even, I think we said that, they looked like the best team toward the end of the year. But when you go back and look at that game, Florida came down to Neville Arena. Auburn, it was not difficult to see why Florida won that game. They made 13 threes. Auburn made 7 threes. They were 15 of 18 from the free throw line. Auburn had 23 opportunities, only made 14 shots from the charity stripe. So, everything else, rebounds were even. It was not Auburn was better in the paint, but they just, for whatever reason, Florida outshot them. Auburn's defense wasn't quite up to par, and if you're not on point with Florida, and they will run you out of the gym.
Yeah, they will. Andy, I'm in that stage of life where I feel like I'm turning on a basketball gym court light or a soccer field light or something just about every day. So that day, I was at a soccer field.
Right.
So I was in and out of the game. So I've got to go back and watch the matchup there. We let it get out of hand early, and we never really found our way back into it. Here's the blueprint, though. I've watched both of the last 2 games for Florida, and they have been pushed to the limit in both of those games. Here's been the blueprint that I've seen, and then I'll kick it to you and see what you've seen. You've got to overly play physical basketball down in the post against them. You got to get in their body. You got to bull them a little bit. You got to be able to move around, but you got to also take that basketball in the middle. And, you watch this previous game. Texas Tech just had – it's not the height. It's not the length. It was the sheer strength that they had of being able to get the basketball to the goal. And they knocked down some shots, and they defensive rebounded exceptionally well at the beginning. And you got to find a way to slow maybe the best player in the country right now, Walter Clayton Jr. Look, I'm almost – let's say I'm 80% positive that Janai is going to get the player of the year just looking at the stats and looking what he's done. The rebounding stat totals is so much better than Cooper Flagg. I don't think that I think that that's going to be the separator between them two. But the last half of the season, I don't know how much of him you've watched. Boy, you get late in a basketball game, Walter Clayton Jr.'s got the basketball. Hell, just move out. He can go make it happen himself. Yeah. And he did it this past weekend. So we've got to find a way, Andy, to slow him. And I don't know that there is one person that can do that. It's got to be a mixture of people that are finding ways to slow him and hope he's like Mark Sears this past weekend, a little off with a shot.
Well, one of the ways that Auburn has done for most of the year if they've let one guy, there seems like there's one guy on the team that has the opponent that has kind of gone off. Mm-hmm. And they've said, okay, you get yours, we'll take that, we'll take away everybody else. Well, in the game that Auburn matched up in the regular season, Condon and Hall had 17 and 16. That can't happen. If you're going to let Clayton – and Clayton's probably going to get 20 or around that. You can't let those 2 guys do that as well. So, to me, 2 of the biggest guys Dylan Cardwell is going to have to be huge in this game. He's going to have to play defense. Somebody's going to have to – you're going to have to shut down and keep those guys in check, because if they if they get you inside and outside, obviously it's like Auburn. Auburn wants to do that. Auburn wants to go down low, and they want to go out, take their shots outside. And if they're making both, they're almost impossible to beat. Florida's the same way. Because, and why wouldn't it be? I mean, we're basically playing a guy that's, he's off the pearl tree. So you would expect these two teams to look a lot alike. So that defense, though, down low, I'm not worried about Denver Jones and those guys and Kelly getting out and guarding the three-point line. They'll do that. And, Florida will either be, they'll either be molten hot or they won't. But you can control what you do down low. You got to physical up, and we got to really crash the boards and do the things that we've done all year. But Dylan Cardwell, Chaney Johnson, even Chad Baker-Mazard, keeping those guys, especially Condon and Howe, those two guys killed us the first go around. If we can turn that tide a little bit, I think Auburn's got a pretty good chance.
Well, tip your hat. Dylan Cardwell has played maybe extended minutes in this tournament, been out there on the court a good bit, and defensively he's been really outstanding. And even whenever we're switching off up top, his ability to move his feet and just somewhat stay in front and then cause a contested shot anywhere near the bucket is really second to none from an athleticism standpoint. So we need him to be at his best this weekend too.
No question. We've got to take another break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after these messages.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in Carrier Cool Cash rebates. Visit Sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you. Central to your success.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Starting to warm up, Randall.
Yeah, it is. I know
my time of year.
You enjoy that, Andy, and makes the bones a little bit warmer and everything moves a little bit better. And, you know, it's a wonderful time to be living where you and I live in the Lake Martin region.
True.
We'll start seeing people swarm into our community here in the next. I was down at the lake this past weekend. I think it may be 3 or 4 foot low. The water is up a great deal. So, great time.
And it's supposed to get up in the high 80s, I think.
High 80s. Everything is springing out. Green grass, flowers everywhere. What's your favorite time of the year?
Probably summer.
Just slam hot.
Just slap hot, yeah. But, you know, I do love this. I love this transition, that, you know, when baseball comes in. There's something about, I don't know, the beginning of spring. And I guess that's for everybody with the rejuvenation and all that. But spring training and then the first, you know, opening day of baseball. And, yeah, the Braves stink right now. But still, I do love this. I do love this time of year as well. There's good points of all of it. I like aspects of every season. I just like some more than others, but that's okay. Now I digress. But you know what? You know, there's nothing better on a spring day than pepper tree steaks and wine.
No, that's right.
I mean, if you want to go out, you want to venture out on this beautiful spring day and get you some outstanding food, Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine, place in Montgomery or in Auburn. They got daily lunch specials. Go and check out their website, steaksinwine.com. That's just the letter N, steaksinwine.com. I've been saying that for so long. If you don't know that by now, if you don't know their website by now, if you haven't gone to Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine by now, then you are just bullheaded and don't want to learn. If you don't want good food, then I don't really want to talk to you anymore.
That was a good.
I don't understand.
You did a good job.
Thank
on that,
you, sir. So go and find them. Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Steaks, wine, ribs, food, burgers. It doesn't matter. They've got it. They'll cook it for you expertly. done for sure. Okay, spring practice going on right now.
Yep.
Competition.
Yep.
Seems to be the word. Been talking about that. We say that. There's another one of those that you always say whenever you get two dumb guys talking about college football and talking about spring practice, we're talking about competition. We need competition. We need competition at the quarterback position. We need guys to make guys better. Coaches can only do so much when you got other players coming in and doing well at your position. That motivates players more than anything else.
It does. And, true competition where when you look across the room and you go, you know what? If I don't play well, that freak show over there may get in. And if I let him in, I may not get back in.
Right.
And that's when some competition is just for talk. Others is like, I really appreciate the person that's in the room with me, and I know how good they are. And I think we've got that situation. I'm hopeful that we have it in the quarterback room because the rest of it is just all a moot point to me. We need all the other pieces too, but I think we've been working on the other pieces. I believe that. I think we're getting a lot better at wide receiver. Everything with me tells me that our offensive line has done a much better job of recruiting and getting depth, and we're going to be a lot better there. Defensive side of the football, we have recruited as well as any of us could ask for. Maybe the best secondary class, for sure the best safety class we've ever signed in Auburn history this year. 2 5-stars right here from the state of Alabama. I think they're going to show up and they're going to play early. I think we've got some great corners to go with them. Defensive line class, I don't care what star they gave Jordan Crawford. I've seen him. I don't need to be told how good he is. And he's already got them buzzing, buddy. Hugh Freeze and everybody, he's going to be good. We know he's going to be good. He's going to be good really early. That's how good an athlete he is. But back to the quarterback room, Andy, we need a true competition there. We don't need to just say, Jackson Arnold, went and got you from Oklahoma. You've had some snaps. I truly feel like you're the one that needs to come in here and have it. Not me. If Deuce Knight wins that quarterback job, buddy, you go ahead and count me in as a happy man. And the reason I'm saying that is both of them are young guys.
Yeah.
Jackson Arnold's not going to only be here for 1 year unless he transfers somewhere else. He's a multi-year guy. Do you think you're going to hold on to any quarterback for multiple years while they're not playing in this day and age? No. So it needs to be a true competition if Deuce Knight you think is the answer for that. My eyes tell me he could be the answer. So I don't know how you feel about that. I know most Auburn fans, this is where we've been in the past. And then I'll kick it to you. In the past, we don't really need somebody to come in here at Auburn. Not at Auburn. They can't learn the position and know enough to go in there and provide a big punch for us early on. How many times did Gus Malzahn tell us that? We've got a set amount of plays we're going to put out there. We got about 6 plays we're going to let him go out there and run. That's all he's going to do. Why are we the only one that still feel that way? Huh? Alabama doesn't feel that way.
No.
All right. What about Auburn makes it? Does South Carolina, you think they're worried about who their quarterback is now?
No.
Why? True freshman last year. Came in, made a splash. Count me in the Deuce Knight corner until all things change.
I don't care. I've been saying this forever. People say, who do you want? I don't care. I want the guy that leads Auburn to the most wins. That's all I want. Whoever it may be. Let them, I'm with you.
Agree.
Let them fight it out. Let the best man win. But make the decision. I don't want the decision to be made and then the guy come in and stink and then the guy come on, whoever's on the bench, come in and play well and you go, well, where's that guy been? What were you looking at in practice? I'm sick of that. I've been looking at that for 30 years now. So stop that. Okay. Got to take another break. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone 256-750-0381 or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bugs Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bugs Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bugs Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bugsisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bugs quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area. Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Again, Andy and Randy here with you. Just a couple of more segments left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Ty says, do y'all think Chad Baker will return to Auburn next year? I don't know why he wouldn't. I mean, at the beginning of the year, I thought all of them were gone. Now I'm thinking Denver Jones, Chaney Johnson, and Chad Baker Mazara may all be back.
I feel real good CBM will be, and the reason does he look like an NBA player to you? Very marginal at best. definitely a European player, could make his way to the NBA. I love his game. I'm hopeful that he's back. But my point is, in the day of NIL, he's going to make really good money to come back to Auburn next year. Yeah. We want him back. Bruce Pearl wants him back.
Sure.
So if it's just a money decision, I think it'll be college basketball, and I think it'll be Auburn, because who's going to appreciate him more than Auburn people right now? And when you watch all that comes with him, Bruce Pearl seems to deal with all of those things maybe better than other coaches would, and so I can't imagine him wanting to be anywhere else.
Yeah.
God, he's going to be old.
Yeah.
26 or 27 years old playing, is that right?
I'm assuming. I think he'll be 26.
I think I saw Dickinson got another year. And
really?
He is transferring from Kansas. Well, hold up. It's April Fool's. So I may have read that on April Fool's, and so I could be wrong. But it said somebody made mention that he was getting his 7th year. Can't be true.
I wouldn't.
I got to remember everything I'm reading today.
Yeah,
it's a little off, Andy.
Yeah, you better read everything today twice. Remember, it is April the 1st. So, but everything that we have said here today is the truth, as far as I know it. No fooling here. But anyway, back to spring practice. I'm concerned about the defensive line. I love the freshmen, love them, but I don't know if it was you. I was heard saying this, but you don't want to play. I don't care how good they are. I don't care if they're all 5 stars. You don't want to line up all freshmen on the defensive line and try to depend on them for a season. Now, we'll go out in the transfer portal, and that's a good thing about it, I'm sure, and we'll fill in some gaps. But the running backs and the defensive line, that's the 2 positions right now that I'm probably the most concerned about. I think the running back room could be fine. I'm just a little concerned about it, just because none of the guys have really toted the mail for 25 carries a game in college. But if the offensive line takes a marginal step forward, then that'll make it much better, and the running back room will be fine. But it's all going to come down to quarterback, like you said. And if one of those guys is exceptional, and if Deuce Knight is exceptional, then wonderful. But if you throw a true freshman out there, does that all of a sudden give you a built-in excuse? Well, then if you go 7 wins, that make you feel better about it?
Depending on how those 7 wins played out, and depending on whether the ceiling looked exceptionally high at times for that quarterback that you threw in there young. Yes, a massive difference from the nightmare that we lived through last year.
Yeah.
No, there's no part of me that thought midway through the season, one, that Peyton Thorne may be the best option that we had. I mean, that was pretty obvious. He may have and probably was the best option that we had. But if that's the case, what are you building for? And so, yes, can I deal with 7 or 8 wins this year with a true freshman quarterback that in 3 or 4 of those I go, oh, my, we got something here? Yes, I can, because I think a lot of the other pieces, back to your other points, though, if we get out of spring in a good position where we go, we need 2 or 3 more defensive linemen and 1 more true running back. But the rest of the pieces we feel like are in place, and all of our money, the extra money that we have built up for NIL can go to just those 2 positions, I feel real good about it.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's been the case for Auburn for quite some time. I mean, we've needed multiples and multiple spots following spring to come in and to make a splash and make a massive splash. But I think you're right. I'm with you on both of those. I think some of the younger guys, I didn't expect Malik Blockton to play as well as he did last year.
No.
By the end of the season, I thought his ceiling was higher than any defensive lineman that we threw out there, defensive tackle that we threw out there. And, you know, I thought it was going to take more time. So he was a massive splash, and I think he'll only do better this year. So the running back position, I don't think we've seen enough of them to be able to give a good reason why we like or dislike who we've got. They're all good pieces, though.
Yeah, I specify interior is the one I'm talking about.
Agree, yeah.
Celtic Falk, I'm fine with those guys on the outside.
Maybe our best football player.
Yeah.
Thought he was last year.
Yeah. Got to take another break. We'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling, Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Final segment in the show on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Baseball, look, Auburn 28, 4-5, right in the middle there of the SEC. Played really, let one slip away. I mean, it was going to be tough to win the series over in Athens, but got to take one, and had an opportunity to do that against, one of the top 3 teams in the country right now, and let that one slip away. That was tough.
Georgia's found their sea legs in baseball.
Well, it's their year.
Yeah.
I mean, they have once every 5 years
They do, and they're hitting the long ball. They did it last year. They had the Player of the Year last year that hit an obscene amount of home runs. They've got 2 guys that are hitting. I mean, they've got 2 guys swinging it twice as good as Ike Irish is right now. Nobody could ask for him to play any better than he is for Auburn, swinging the bat. We're catching up with Cooper McMurray this afternoon. That's where Brett and Faith are today. So we'll have some baseball talk to pass along on our social media outlets this afternoon or in the morning, so stay tuned in for that. But I hate losing the games like we lost on Saturday. Get a big hit, take a lead, and you can't hold on to it. And
freshman, by the way, Bub Terrell.
Yeah. I mean, just SEC plays so difficult. But the thing you can't have happen is what Auburn had happen during that stretch to start SEC play last year, where you look up and over half of the losses that you have are the way that South Carolina lost in basketball the first half of the season, where you can go back and make a reason that they could have won every basketball game, but they found a way to lose all of them. Auburn doesn't need to go through a stretch like this. So got to cure the L and get it back on track this week.
So, yeah, softball is what it is. You're in the toughest, 0-12, and again, they've had opportunities, and they just cannot seem to find to get over the hump. It'll happen eventually. I think the Malvos are solid, and you saw how they did in the out-of-conference. But this is going to be a tough year until they get some quality pitching for sure. All right, April 1st, on this day, how about this one, Randy? 1985. The lowest seed ever, the 8th seed Villanova Wildcats, beat Georgetown 66-64, and maybe a lot of people still consider maybe one of the biggest upsets ever in sports.
What did they shoot from the field that night?
It was over 50%.
78% from the field that night.
There you go.
And it took all of that for them to beat, because that was, if you remember, one of the best Georgetown teams with Patrick Ewing and Sleepy Floyd, and keep going down the list. That was an amazing team.
Going for back-to-back titles.
Yeah, so big time win, and they had played them tough a few times throughout the season. So it wasn't a massive when you look back at that and you see how well they had played against one another in the Big East that year, then it wasn't as big of a result than you would have thought. But still, once you got to that championship game, you thought Georgetown would get over it. And I remember it.
Oh, yeah.
That's about the time frame where I started really paying close attention and can remember most everything that came out during that. And that was a big upset.
People don't realize either. I don't think they, people today, Patrick Ewing at that time, and there was no really goal. I don't think goaltending was such a thing. He just get up and snatch it. I mean, he was so dominant around the rim. People think today that you could guard the rim. And he was insane. And
they played a brand of basketball that Houston plays today.
Yeah.
Where there's a certain culture that's built into that program back then. Of course, their coach had a grimace on his face most of the time, and that added to it, but they just played physical.
Yeah.
They did not give you any breathing room on the defensive end. They always had imposing figures down low, and Patrick Ewing was during that, but John Thompson could coach them up. I always very much liked hearing him talk, and you could tell his players enjoyed him, and they were one that I cheered for back in the day. I was randomly a Duke fan, and I always liked Georgetown back in the day. And during that time frame, Duke was a little bit later. I think Duke really hit the scene the next year in '86.
Yeah.
But Georgetown was amazing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. On this day, 1991, Duke, Mike Krzyzewski won his first national championship. They beat Kansas 72-65. Again, I remember that one very well. I love that Duke team. Bobby Hurley and Christian Laettner. Grant Hill was a freshman on that team. They were a lot of fun to watch. After getting humiliated the year before by UNLV, are able to, beat them in the semifinal and then go on and win the national championship. It was, I don't know, I just think back to those players. It was a fun team to watch.
It was, and that semifinal game was the championship game. I mean,
Sure.
the championship game was close too, but the semifinal game was the biggest surprise in the tournament, and one of the biggest surprises of our lifetime.
Oh, yeah.
That was an undefeated UNLV team trying to go for back-to-back, had not really had close basketball games all season. Stacey Augman, Larry Johnson, keep going down, Anderson Hunt. I mean, they were slap-loaded. And they didn't play up to the standard offensively they needed.
No.
And Duke had one of the best college basketball, if not the best college basketball player of all time when it came to tournament play. And Christian Laettner just didn't miss shots. And when he went to the free throw line at the end of that thing, it wasn't like you were sitting around wondering whether he was going to make them or not. I mean, those things were dead.
Yeah.
That's how great of a college player he was back in that stretch of time.
He may be the best college basketball player I've ever seen.
I think he is the best late game NCAA tournament basketball player that we've ever seen, and at least that I can remember just going out there and finding a way to win it.
That's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for being with us. He's Randy. I'm Andy. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.